Okay, so this session is about complex fractions. By complex fractions, what we are saying is if you see 1 over 2 over 2 over 3, that's what we mean by complex fractions. So if you are asked to simplify this means 1 over 2 divided by 2 over 3. 1 over 2 divided by 2 over 3. And you know you have to change this into multiplication, so you're going to write the reciprocal of 2 over 3, which is 3 over 2, then 1 over 2 divided by 2 over 3 is 3 over 4. So we are going to use this concept to talk about complex fractions in algebra. Okay? So, let's do the first one. If you have 1 plus 1 over x, okay, and you are dividing it by 1 minus 1 over x. Okay? 1 plus 1 over x over 1 minus 1 over x. Probably at this juncture, I'm going to take this out. Treat each rational expression in its own term. 1 plus 1 over x. This is 1 over 1. Find the least common denominator. This one has x, this one does not have x. So this is quite easy. Just multiply by this. So 1 times x is x over x plus 1 over x, which gives us x plus 1 over x. So this means x plus 1 over x. Do the same thing for the 1 in the denominator. 1 minus 1 over x. Again, this is 1 over 1. Multiply both sides by x. So you would end up x over x minus 1 over x, which means x minus 1 over x. So you end up with x minus 1 over x. Okay? Now, if this means this, then we can conclude from here, I'm going to write x plus 1 over x divided by x minus 1 over x. Change it, find the reciprocal, x plus 1 over x minus 1. Okay. Now we have what? X and x, one on top and one at the bottom. I can take that out. So you're left with what? With x plus 1 over x minus 1. That would be your final answer. Okay, so that's what we mean by complex fraction. Let me do another one. So, suppose you have 1 over x plus h minus 1 over x over h. How do we simplify this? Again, look at the top. I'm going to write 1 over x plus h minus 1 over x. The least common denominator is not x plus h, but rather x plus h times x. Okay, so this is x times x plus h. Okay. Now, so if that is the case, what are we missing here? The x. So I'm going to put the x in here. What we are missing here is x plus h. So I'm going to do x plus h and x plus h. Okay. Now I have the same denominator. Okay. 1 times x is x. Put a parenthesis just to be safe. minus, and then 1 times x is x, so it is x plus h. Okay. Now if you go ahead, x minus x, they cancel out, right? But this is what? I'm going to rewrite it. This means x minus h, because you are distributing minus to everything inside, over x times x plus h. Okay? So simplify this, x minus x would be 0, so what you end up on the top would be minus h, and at the bottom x times x plus h. You're done. Okay? All right. Let me do one more of this. And suppose you have 1 over x plus 7 minus 1 over 7. Minus 1 over x. Minus 1 over x and over 7. Let's do the same thing that we did earlier. Again, you have x plus 7 and x. So your least common denominator is x times x plus 7, meaning the product of the two. So what you need to do is multiply this one by x, and this one by x plus 7, by x plus 7, right? So you would end up with x times x plus 7, okay? And x times 1 is x minus, distribute 1 to everything inside, which is x plus 7 over 7. Let's go ahead and simplify the top. So this is x minus 7 over x times x plus 7 divided by 7. So this would give you negative 7 over x times x plus 7, but this is divided by what? By 7. Divided by 7. Probably put by 7 over 1. Right? Again, change this into multiplication, so you would end up minus 7 over x times x plus 7. Now, if dividing it by 7 over 1, then you are multiplying it by 1 over 7. Okay, so you end up with this. The 7 and the 7 cancel out, so you end up with minus 1 x times x plus 7. Okay. So that's what we mean by complex fractions, and we are ending this session.